Everybody is talking about Boulder, Colorado. Why is it so expensive? What's the cost of living there? Are there other better places close by? In this video, I'm going to give you the straight up honest 6 reasons you will love living in Boulder, and then 6 reasons you might really hate it.
I hate it.
Why should I know? Well, because I am a true native born and raised in Boulder. I've lived through many changes over the years and historical events. I left for a while to the most beautiful part of Colorado, and now I'm back living in Boulder County, and I'm ready to share what the Boulder lifestyle is really like. By the way, my name is Carla Howell with Boulder County Homes, and if you want to know more information about the market in Boulder, Colorado, and any other cities in Boulder County, feel free to contact me. My email, my phone number, my calendar link, they're all below in the description box. I'll be more than happy to set up a private time to meet with you one-on-one. In this video, we're going to visit Boulder, Colorado from a different perspective. You deserve to know the truth about Boulder, the good and the not so good, so that you can make an informed decision. So, stay tuned. Here are 6 things I love about Boulder. Number 1, the playfulness in this community is crazy. There's always something going on all year round for you to either participate in or maybe just observe. From lively festivals downtown along the Boulder Creek, where you'll find so much food, treats, drinks, shopping, artwork, music, and rides for the children, to the annual marathon and triathlon races. The quirky fun ideas never end, so don't be surprised to watch 1,000 inner tubers dressed in business attire floating down Boulder Creek in the middle of the summer as part of the Inner Tube to Work Day. Number 2, Boulder has a healthy respect for its beautiful environment surrounded by the Rocky Mountains and encourages the community to park the car. There is a plethora of bike lanes and paths, and don't forget to map out the electronic scooters placed strategically around town. And the Boulder Sea Bicycle is the new electric bike rental program with very reasonable prices. Boulder is full of trails and open space to take advantage of nature, wildlife, and the views. And of course, there's tons of mountain bike trails. That's prevalent. Number 3, you have options with your downtime. If you're not into long-distance running or rock climbing, then maybe just hanging out along Boulder Creek in the summer with a lunch, some fun games, and friends is a nice, low-key, relaxing time. Maybe a trip up to the slow-paced mountain town of Nederland. There, you'll find fishing and hiking in the summer months, and of course, skiing in the winter. Check out the local gift stores up there at Nederland for special treasures like crystals and fossils. Boulder has always been progressive in thought, and its innovation began way back in the late 1800s when the University of Colorado was born. The Boulder that we see today has not really changed in its desire to provide top-notch education. The university continues to attract students to join in its progressive thinking and innovation in engineering, the sciences, and the arts. Boulder continues to be a mecca not only for technology companies, but also for small businesses and entrepreneurial startups. You have got to love the sun. Not many states in the country experience almost 300 days of sunshine per year. The colors of Boulder's skies are magnificent, and it's like a live painting every day that changes with the clouds and the colors. With the mountains as its backdrop, even with snow in the winter, it's still jaw-dropping gorgeous, and you actually feel warmer even in the snow. Boulder has low humidity. That's great. Even at its driest in the winter months, it's well worth living with chapped lips and dry skin to enjoy the warmer months without humidity and ginormous mosquitoes. Number 6, the Boulder food scene is incredible, and the entertainment with music venues to theater productions, the famous Pearl Street Mall, and nearby mountain towns to explore leaves you with a never-ending list of options. On the next part of my video, we'll visit things that could be tough if you have specific needs for your personal lifestyle. And if you stay till the end, I'll share more videos that you can watch to explore other cities near Boulder that may be a great fit as well. Let's explore what I don't like about Boulder. Number 1, Boulder's a college town, and you might be wondering, how hard can that be? Well, most folks will be fine with it unless you live closer to the campus. If you live in a neighborhood outside of the campus scene, you may just be fine. But with 30,000 students that descend on Boulder, it does have an impact on the city during the school season. There's lots of parties around town, students riding their bikes at night with no lights. That can be very scary, so keep your eyes glued. Sometimes the police will need to get involved. If peace and quiet minus the adventurous student population is a priority, well then Boulder may not be really that great of a fit. But there are other areas that will be more peaceful within 20 minutes. The Pine Brook Hills neighborhood is only about 20 minutes from downtown, and it's a lovely setting in the foothills of the mountains, just northwest of Boulder. There are lots of options. Boulder is congested with traffic, especially during the commuting times. Plus, adding bikes into the mix makes for a longer commute through town. There's hardly a way around it though, and if you want to eat breakfast out at a normal time, be prepared to stand in line for a while, on weekdays or on the weekends. Number 3, everyone brings up the cost of living. In another video, I share the facts on the cost of living in all of the Boulder County communities. Boulder, as all its sister towns, has fairly normal costs related to the rest of the country on things like health care, utilities, and actually lower entertainment costs. And that's according to the Best Places to Live website. The higher costs boil down to one thing, and that is the cost of housing. Boulder's housing prices are going to feel very high unless you're moving here from the East Coast or the West Coast. Typically, the median cost for a single-family home is from about $700,000 to over $1 million. Can you buy a condo or a townhome under $500,000? It is yes. There are several options for purchasing a condo or townhome between $300,000 and $600,000 in all price points, including the amazing Boulder County affordable home listings for income qualifying buyers. Currently, there are many listings between $700,000 and $900,000, attached and detached opportunities. Number 4, I personally do not like the Greenbelt concept that Boulder incorporated in 1968. The outcome was to preserve its beauty and stop urban sprawl from approaching by nearby cities, but what it did is it locked in the housing inventory, and that equates to higher housing costs. You cannot find new construction in Boulder. Only newer high-rise condos constructed in maybe an empty space where once stood a strip mall or an old business building. The old historic homes in North Boulder, they're being torn down, and they're being replaced with a brand new $3 million, very large home. The cost of rent is also higher, this is true, and it follows the same principles of supply and demand. Are there other places you could look at to rent and still be close to Boulder? The answer is yes. I really don't hate that Boulder is a very liberal thinking place, but if you are a more conservative person, Boulder may really rub you the wrong way. So it may be better to look at other areas nearby. Growing up in Boulder, that was always the case, especially after the hippie movement in the 60s and the 70s. However, I do get a little irritated at some of their policies here and there. Number 6, Boulder has a delineation of income levels. There are many high-wealth individuals in Boulder. There are more homes sold in Boulder in the $6 to $7 million price range than you might expect. What I see and I hear from many of the locals is that it creates a separation in the look and feel of what was once a very strong and cohesive community in Boulder. Growing up in Boulder, at a very young age. I didn't really notice that, but then it was a very different town back then with more of a really laid-back attitude. There were noticeably different financial classes, but still Boulder was very much low-key. Today, there is certainly a larger influx of entrepreneurs and high-profile individuals. Sometimes they stay for a short time and then they move on. They don't stay long enough to participate in the strong sense of the Boulder community. There is a difference in home prices between the north, the central part of Boulder, the historic homes west of the university, and the rest of Boulder, who typically have more moderate home prices, unless you find large acreages as you're heading east out of town. Only you can decide if Boulder is a good fit. It's a vibrant and energetic, fun city who loves nature and wildlife. And the Rocky Mountains are your backyard playground. You know, the students of the University of Colorado actually keeps it young at heart, and it reminds us of CU's important part in creating the city we now call Boulder. I have to warn you though, Boulder can put a spell on you, especially if you like hiking, biking, yoga, running, climbing, skiing, riding, starting a business, and the list goes on and on. I hope you enjoyed learning about my thoughts on Boulder. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and reach out. Oh, and don't forget to check out more videos below in the description box. I'll see you on the next one.